Hey there everyone, my name is Ash and this is 10 things we didn't know last week. Number 10. It will be another 500 years before the battlefields of Somme are cleared of bombs. Michael Colling, head of the bomb disposal unit that handles the Somme, said since the start of the year, we've been called out 300 times to dispose 25 tons of bombs. He said as soon as you start turning the earth up, you will find them. At this rate, we have another 500 years to clear the area, so the work is far from over. Number 9. Labour MP Paul Flynn is now the oldest frontbencher in the Commons since Victorian Prime Minister William Gladstone, who resigned for the last time at the age of 84. Number 8. The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will make his comic book debut in the latest issue of Marvel's Civil War II, titled Choosing Sides, which is set to be released on August 31st. His late father, Pierre, also made an appearance in the 1979 Marvel's Uncanny X-Men series. That's going to be quite a cool look to see the Prime Minister of a country on top of the comic book, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one myself. Number 7. Apple has been granted a patent for technology that could stop smartphone cameras being used at concerts. Now, if you remember, they were talking about this a few months ago, but now they've actually gone ahead and patented the idea for the camera blocker. The patent describes a smartphone camera receiving coded infrared signals in public places. The handset could then offer an on-screen information or disable the camera functionality to stop pictures being taken. Number 6. Conservative leadership candidate Theresa May owns more than 100 cookbooks, but none by Delia Smith, whose recipes she finds far too prescriptive. She prefers a handful of this, handful of that style of Jamie Oliver. Number 5. Scientists have discovered the world's first known swimming centipede, which grows up to 20 centimeters, nearly 8 inches long, and has an excruciating bite. Scolopendra cataracta, from the Latin word waterfall, has been found in Laos, Thailand, and Vietnam. Number 4. People who meditate are more aware of their unconscious brain activity, new experiments suggest. A team at the University of Sussex in the UK did a slimmed-down version of an experiment with 57 volunteers, 11 of whom regularly practiced mindfulness mediation. The mediators had a longer gap in time between when they felt like they decided to move their finger and when it physically moved. Number 3. Old songs now outsell new songs. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Tupac Shakur, and Elvis. Dead artists are actually killing it in the music charts at the moment. In a bizarre development, largely ignored by the music press, old songs are now outselling new ones. Nielsen reports that 123 million catalog albums were sold last year versus 119 million new releases. The same trend is evident in the purchase of digital tracks. 485 million old songs were sold versus 480 million new songs. Only a decade ago, new albums outsold new ones by 150 million units. So what has changed? I guess people these days would prefer to listen to Whitney Houston rather than watch Miley Cyrus twerking. Number 2. The fertility drug Pergonal, which uses hormone to stimulate ovulation, was developed using gallons of Nuns Urine. This happened when Pope Pius has decided to help the team and asked the nuns in the old age home to collect urine daily for a sacred cause. Number 1. And the number 1 this week, we found out that 10% of the Icelandic population traveled to France for the European Championship. Now, with a population of 332,000 people, that's roughly about 32,000 people that traveled to France. To put that in perspective, that's as many people as a small English city. Compare that to the 53 million people that live in England, and we have a mind blown. Can you imagine 10% of England, which is about 5.3 million people, leaving the country to cheer for their football team? Thank you for watching this week's episode of 10 Things We Didn't Know Last Week. Please like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next episode.